This week in the Economics, Law and Politics workstream, we've continued our efforts on trying to better understand the cellular economy. We said previously that the dark and rigid economy of today was about to be superseded by a brighter, more dynamic economy, and that in understanding this predictable dynamic, that we can identify strategic journeys from elements of today's economy through their transition into the format that they will take in tomorrow's economy. In doing so, we looked at the characteristics of the business of the future. We looked at some of the more advanced business of today and realized that it's not about the technology and it's not about great customer service. So therefore, it must be about something else. So we think that the business of the future will have arrived when it makes some household name disappear. It'll come from nowhere, possibly something in popular culture, possibly something in the digital or gaming space, but let's take something physical in order to illustrate it. And the kids themselves will be the producers and the consumers. They'll be the classic prosumer model, and they will design or hack something that works for them, possibly something that looks ridiculous to conventional eyes. It'll have been designed on smartphones, produced by other teens possibly, but produced ethically, maybe in some other part of the world. The product will go viral. It'll be propelled by those who know on similar platforms to those that created it. It'll be funded by the tribe themselves if there's capital required, and the tasks will be done coordinated with online tools like some of those that we're already familiar with in Pivot projects. The product will be paid for in cyber currency or other online banking platforms in order to stay off the grid. And those that contributed will get an exact undiluted cyber share based on their contribution, because there'll be no overheads and no hierarchy to pay for. So in this model, an industry leader is taken down with kids without adult supervision, without accessing adult institutions. And if kids decided to do that, how could the brand resist such a dynamic? And if kids can do it, why can't we? So this model of the future, business of the future, is about great products, great jobs, fair pay, authenticity, young people taking back control. It's about people power. It's about the future. And in a social or economic bubble like the one we're in today, it's the incumbents that promise big that are the most vulnerable. So imagine a hypothetical giant corporation takes on a hypothetical hard-nosed CEO after firing the previous CEO. He's been taken on because he's made all of these promises about growth and about the future of the organization, promises that the previous CEO wasn't able to deliver on. In order to really hurt this organization, in order to really get the message across, we don't need to destroy the organization. We don't need to collapse its business. All we really need to do is undermine its performance. And the CEO that underperforms, even slightly, is going to be under huge pressure by the very neoliberal mechanisms of the system itself. So kids, in their consumption patterns or in their delivery of new products and services themselves, can really impact large organizations in a way that hasn't been possible in the past. That is one of the key dynamics of the cellular economy. That's the dynamic that we're trying to get our heads around. That's the meetings we have every Thursday. Please come join us in this conversation. Please help us figure out exactly how disruption theory will drive this new economy and help us plot routes through the transition. Thank you very much.